Buddha's teachings, Chapter-3, part-2, the Buddha's land. If a brotherhood doesn't forget its duty of spreading Buddha's teaching and of living in harmony, it will steadily grow larger and its teaching will spread more widely. This means the more and more people will be seeking enlightenment, and it also means that the evil armies of greed, anger, and foolishness, which are led by the devil of ignorance and lust, will begin to retreat, and that wisdom, light, faith, and joy will dominate. The devil's dominion is full of greed, darkness, struggling, fighting, swords, and bloodshed, and is replete with jealousy, prejudice, hatred, cheating, flattering, fawning, secrecy, and abuse. Now suppose that the light of wisdom shines upon that dominion, and the rain of compassion falls upon it, and faith begins to take root, and the blossoms of joy begin to spread their fragrance. Then the devil's domain will turn into Buddha's pure land, and just like a soft breeze and a few blossoms on a branch that tell the coming of spring, so when a man attains enlightenment, grass, trees, mountains, rivers, and all other things begin to throb with new life. If a man's mind becomes pure, his surroundings will also become pure. In a land where the true teaching prevails, every dweller has a pure and tranquil mind. Indeed, Buddha's compassion untiringly benefits all people, and his shining spirit exorcises all impurities from their minds. A pure mind soon becomes a deep mind, a mind that is commensurate with noble path, a mind that loves to give, a mind that loves to keep the precepts, an enduring mind, a zealous mind, a calm mind, a wise mind, a compassionate mind, a mind that leads people to enlightenment by many and skillful means. Thus shall the Buddha's land be built. A home with one's wife and children is transformed into a home where Buddha is present. A country that suffers because of social distinctions is likewise transformed into a fellowship of kindred spirits. A golden palace that is blood stained cannot be the abiding place for Buddha. A small hut where the moonlight leaks in through chinks in the roof can be transformed into a place where Buddha will abide if the mind of its master is pure. When a mind, Buddha land, is founded upon the pure mind of a single man, that single pure mind draws other kindred minds is to itself in the fellowship of a brotherhood. Faith in Buddha spreads from individual to family, from family to village, from village to towns or cities to countries, and finally to be the whole world. Indeed, earnestness and faithfulness in spreading the teaching of the Dharma that are what build the Buddha's land. To be sure, when viewed from one angle, the world will, with all its greed and injustice and bloodshed, appears as a devil's world. But as people come to believe in Buddha's enlightenment, blood will be turned into milk and greed into compassion, and then the devil's land becomes a Buddha land of purity. It seems an impossible task to empty an ocean with a small ladle, but the determination to do it, even if it takes up many lives, is the mind with which one should receive Buddha's enlightenment. Buddha is waiting on the other shore, that is his world of enlightenment, wherein there is no greed, no anger, no ignorance, no suffering, no agony, but where there are only the light of wisdom and the rain of compassion. It is a land of peace, a refuge for those who suffer and who are in sorrow and agony, a place of rest for those who take a break in their spreading of the teachings of the Dharma. In this pure land, there are boundless light and everlasting life. Those who reach this heaven will never return to the world of delusion. Indeed, this pure land where the flowers perfume the air with wisdom and the birds sing the holy Dharma is the final destination for all mankind. Though this pure land is the place for taking rest, it is not the place for idleness. Its beds of fragrance flowers are not for slothful indolence, but are the places of refreshment and rest where one regains energy and zeal to continue the Buddha's mission of enlightenment. Buddha's mission is everlasting as long as man lives and creatures exist, and as long as selfish and defiled minds create their own worlds and circumstances, there will be no end to his mission. The children of Buddha who have crossed to the pure land by means of the great power of Amidah may be jealous to return to the land whence they came and where they still have ties. There they will take their part in the Buddha's mission. As the light of the small candle will spread from one to another in succession, so the light of Buddha's compassion will pass on from one mind to another endlessly. The children of Buddha, realizing his spirit of compassion, adopt his task of enlightenment and purification and pass it on from one generation to another in order to make the Buddha's land glorified eternally and forever. Hari Om Tat Sat.